how I would get my first client running an all-in-one marketing agency in 30 days or less. Now, I have done the 30-day challenge, started from zero and got a client. If you want to see that, you can go to my Instagram. I made a video on there. What this video is about is different. This is how I would do it if I was starting from scratch today. The exact steps, the exact process in the exact order. So if you follow this and actually put the work in, 30 days is a realistic timeline to land your first client. So let's just get straight into it. Before anything else, I need to address the most common excuse I hear, which is I don't have time, I've got a job, I've got responsibilities. I'm not asking for, 40 hours a week. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm asking for 7 hours a week, which is 1 hour a day on the weekdays, 2 hours on one day at the weekend. That is the minimum that's gonna, move the needle, and it is enough to land your first client if those hours are focused. So here is exactly how I would split those 7 hours. Monday, we've got 1 hour. We're gonna be researching, understanding our niche, finding different businesses and building our contact list. Tuesday, we've got 1.5 hours. We're gonna spend doing cold calls and emails, picking up the phone. Wednesday is going to be another 1.5 hours. So, putting in more calls plus following up on anyone you've already spoken to. Then Thursday, we've got another hour, which is going to be used for in-person outreach, literally walking directly into businesses. A lot of people will never do this, which is exactly why it works. Friday, we've got another hour. We're going to review, listen back to our calls, improve our scripts, figuring out what's working and what's not. Then Sunday, we've got another hour. This is going to be used for our discovery calls, sales calls, if we had any booked in. If not, we're going to use that to prep for the week ahead. 7 hours, that is the commitment. But the honest truth is 2 hours a week will not get you a client in 30 days. If you put in half the effort, you get half the result. So you need to be straight with yourself about that before you start. Now, before we even touch the outreach, I want to show you a tool that is going to save you hours every single week. And obviously, most of you guys already know it, which is Claude. Before anyone thinks that this is about cutting corners, it's not. It's literally just leverage. It's the same way using a calculator isn't cheating at maths. So you want to be able to save this prompt. This is the first thing I would run before making a single call. That is the prompt. Act as my personal business development assistant for my all-in-one marketing agency. My niche is this. Help me research the 3 most common problems businesses in this niche face, what they are currently spending money on, a cold call opener built around their most urgent problem, and the single best service to lead with as my entry point offer. Give me everything I need to walk into outreach fully prepared. So you want to be able to run that before you pick up the phone, and your first call is already informed. You already know the problem before they tell you, so you're not winging it. And I'll give you more Claude prompts at each stage of this process. You want to be able to write them all down. Now, step 1 is obviously picking your niche, and this is what a lot of people are going to waste weeks overthinking. A good niche for your first client in 30 days pretty much just has 4 things. Number 1, the owner is going to answer the phone. It's not going to be a receptionist. It's not going to be a gatekeeper. The actual decision maker picks up directly. This matters more than anything else for speed. So if you spend 3 calls trying to get past the gatekeeper, you're burning time that you don't have. Don't get me wrong, I have come across gatekeepers or speaking to a receptionist that will pass you on to decision maker or even tell you about their business. That's completely fine. I'll be honest, you just got to know how to talk to a receptionist or gatekeeper. But if we're trying to get a client in 30 days, we need to be able to get the owner on the phone. Number 2, money is already coming in. You're not helping a startup business, hoping to grow. You need to be able to find established businesses that already have revenue and they need more of it and they have the budget to pay you. Number 3 is going to be a clear, obvious problem that you can identify before the call. You should be able to spend, at least 1 hour researching a niche and already know what most businesses in it are struggling with. That knowledge becomes your cold call opener, which we'll get into. Number 4 is going to be fast decisions. Small business owners don't need board approval. If they want to work with you, they can say yes today. And that speed is what makes 30 days possible. So how do you actually find this niche? Think about local service businesses, trades, professional services, businesses in your area that rely on phone calls and inquiries to operate. It's owner run, they're established, and they've got clear problems. And then use Claude prompt to do your research before you build a list, right? I'm starting an all-in-one marketing agency targeting niche in location. Research this niche and tell me their biggest day-to-day business problem. What are they currently spending money on? What a typical monthly revenue looks like? Why they might be skeptical of a marketing agency? And what should I know before my first cold call? Give me the kind of intel a salesperson who has worked in this niche for 5 years would know. So that prompt alone saves you hours and walks you into outreach with context. So do this before you build your list. Now, this is the question I get most from people who want to run an all-in-one agency. If I offer 30 services, what do I actually pitch? The answer is you don't pitch anything. At least not yet. You don't walk into a cold call with a whole menu. You don't list every service you offer. Nobody cares, and you will lose them in the first 20 seconds. What you do instead is to find the most urgent problem in your niche first, and that problem becomes your entry point. Literally one service, whether that's lead generation, social media, automations, AI agents, literally the one that solves the most pressing thing they're dealing with right now. That is what you're going to lead with. So think of it like a doctor, right? A doctor doesn't walk in and announce every procedure they can perform. They're going to ask you questions. They listen to you, they identify the problem, and then they prescribe the specific solution. And that is exactly how you approach this. So your cold call confirms the problem exists. Your discovery call diagnoses it in detail. Your sales call prescribes the solution. And that solution is one thing. It's not going to be a menu of whole, your 30 services, literally just one thing. And then over time, as you deliver results and build trust, you identify the next problem, you introduce the next service, and you add to the retainer naturally. And this is where the all-in-one agency model wins over every single service agency out there. A client paying, for example, one agency for one thing will leave the moment someone offers it cheaper. But a client where you're handling SEO, their ads, their social media, their email marketing, their AI system, that client is not going anywhere. The exit cost for them is too high. So you become very essential. So for your first 30 days, use Claude to identify the single most common problem in your niche. And that's going to become your entry point service. So one problem, one solution, one first client, and you build from there. Once you've picked your niche, you need a list. And for your first client, you do not need a paid tool. At least you use Google Maps, Facebook groups, local business directories. Search your niche in your target area. Go through every result. Note the name, the phone number, the website. Try to find the owner's name and look at how they present themselves online. Look at their reviews, their website, all their social media. All of that becomes material for the call. There is a tool called Instant Data Scraper, which you can download. It's a Google Chrome extension. It's completely free and you can scrape like hundreds of leads. You want to target at least 200 to 300 contacts before you start dialing. So that's going to give you enough volume to actually test that process in week 1. 1 hour on Monday, you've got the list ready and the phone calls literally start Tuesday. Now, the part most people avoid, the actual outreach. Like cold calling is the primary method. I don't care what anyone tells you about LinkedIn or Instagram DMs being enough. For local businesses, for your first client in 30 days, you need to be on the phone. A ringing phone demands attention in a way that an email never will. So in terms of the cold call structure that I would use, your opener, this is going to confirm the problem. So you want to say, hey, quick question. What happens when you guys are quite busy but can't pick up the phone? It's simple. You're addressing and confirming a problem that they have. Then you got the problem hook. I work with a lot of businesses and the biggest thing I keep seeing is a specific problem. Is that something you deal with too? You're not pitching anything. You're literally asking a question you already know the likely answer to because you did your research. You're starting a conversation, not delivering a whole monologue. Then you got the position. We help businesses solve exactly that. I'd love to show you what that looks like. Are you free for a 15-minute chat this week? That is the ask. It's a conversation, not a commitment. And the goal of the cold call is issue one thing: book the discovery call. That's it. You're not trying to close on the cold call. You're getting them into a room, even a virtual one, Google Meets or a Zoom. If you want to go in person, that's even better, where you can literally understand their business. Emails and DMs support the calls. It's not something I would try to do if I'm trying to get a client in 30 days. But after you call someone, you can send an email and a DM, follow up with a short email the same day. If they are active on Instagram, send them a DM too. Just make sure you have multiple touch points. And going in person, walk into the business and introduce yourself, have a brief conversation, leave something behind. The face-to-face puts you in a completely different category to every other agency that has ever cold called them. And a lot of people won't do it. That is exactly why you should. And, I would do it if I was trying to get a client in 30 days. Then obviously use Claude to build your script before you actually start calling. So that's the prompt right there. Write me a cold call script for my marketing agency. You got your niche, your entry service, common problem in this niche. The script should open with a question confirming the problem, be under 60 seconds, sound natural, not salesy, and include a smooth transition to booking a discovery call. Write it in plain spoken English. Now you'll get objections on almost every call. And here are the 4 you'll face most likely and exactly what to say. So we already have someone. That's great. I'm not here to replace anyone. I'm just curious. Are you happy with the results they're getting you? That one question reopens the door, without any sort of pushback. Now they'll probably say, send me an email, send me some info, send me a message. Of course, just so I send the right thing. What's the main area you're looking to grow right now? Now they're talking and you have the context for a personalized follow-up. Call me back next week. Literally just be like, no problem. Shall I put a specific day in the diary so we don't miss each other? So you're pretty much locking in a potential discovery call. And yeah, we're not interested. Completely fair. Can I ask, is it the timing or is it growing the business? It's not really a priority right now. Sometimes the answer is actually call me in 3 months. that's a warm lead, warm lead you just created. And you want to notice what all 4 responses have in common. You never argue, you don't push, you never get defensive. You just ask a question that keeps the conversation open. Stay calm, stay curious, stay in the conversation. You will have people who are gonna swear at you, gonna be rude, whatever. Don't be rude back, just end the phone, move on to the next person. Now I want to give you the real numbers so you know kind of like what to expect. Aim for 200 calls a week. That is a target. Not 20, not 50, 200. And that is like the bare minimum. And look, I'm not going to pretend that outreach is easy. It is hard. It is very long. You're going to call people who hang up on you. People are rude. People who don't even let you finish your sentence. That's just the reality of it. But the thing is, it doesn't matter because you have a reason why you're doing this. You want to change your financial situation. You want to provide for your family. You want to get out of the job. So the question is simple. Do you want the money or not? Because if you do, you pick the phone back up and you keep going. It might take you 100 calls to get a client. It might take 200, it might take 300, 400. That does not matter. What matters is that you don't stop. So every single call that doesn't convert is not failure. It is literally just one step closer. The funnel is working exactly as it should. You're moving through it whether it feels like it or not. And every week you should be getting better at your opener, better at handling objections, better at reading the conversations. Call 400 is not the same as call 1. You're improving every single time you pick up that phone. So understand the people who don't make it are not the ones who got rejected the most. They're literally just the ones who stopped dialing. And you don't want to be that person. Now, let's say, for example, you got 200 calls, you got 100 pickups, you have 10 people that were interested, 4 discovery calls, and then 1 closed client. Now, when someone agrees to a discovery call, you have one job. You want to be able to listen. This is not a sales call. Don't pitch, don't mention pricing, do not show a menu of 30 services. Ask these questions and then be quiet. Obviously, there's a whole list of questions that you can ask. What does your current marketing look like? Where do most of your customers come from right now? What have you tried before? What worked? What didn't? Have you worked with agencies before? What is the biggest thing stopping you from getting more customers? And if we fix that, what would that mean for your business? So you should be talking like 20% of the time, and they should be talking like 80%. By the end of the call, you understand their problem in their own words. You have context on what they've already tried and what failed, and you know what success looks like to them. That is everything you need to close them on the next call. End every discovery call by booking the sales call before you hang up. Based on, for example, you can say something like, based on what you've told me, I think I can help. Can we get 30 minutes in the diary this week to go through what that looks like? Never leave the call without a next step confirmed. And you can literally ask Claude, write me 5 discovery call questions for this business focused on finding their biggest marketing problem and understanding what they've already tried. The gap between the discovery call and the sales call is where most people will lose the deal. They go silent. So the prospect, they cool off. By the time the sales call comes around, the momentum has died. And here's exactly what I would do instead. Same day as the discovery call, you want to send a short message. So reference exactly what they said. Really good chat earlier based on what you've mentioned about, their specific problem. I've got some clear ideas I think will actually help. Looking forward to, and then just put the date and time. It's personalized, it's very specific, and it keeps you front of mind. I would say if the deal is around like over 2K, you want to record a short Loom video, 2 to 3 minutes walking through, your thinking on their specific situation. I'll be honest, not many people do this, and it makes you memorable and it builds trust before the sales call even starts. You can also send a simple 1-page proposal if appropriate. You got the problem, you got the solution, you got the investment. Not a 20-page document, just literally one clean page, like an audit of their business. And then 48 hours before the sales call, just one check-in message, just confirming we're still on for the date and time, and then looking forward to it. That is all. So now the sales call, 4 stages, right? You've got 1, recap. Reference the exact words from the discovery call. You can say something along the lines of, last time you mentioned X was the main problem. Is that still the case? You're literally showing them that you listen. That alone is going to build trust immediately. The number 2, you've got the solution. You want to present the one service or even packaging multiple services to solve a problem that you've identified. The number 3, you've got the outcome. If we solve this, what does that look like for your business in 6 months? Let them articulate the value themselves. That is the main thing. When they say out loud, it literally becomes real to them. And number 4, you've got the investment. Give the price very clearly, whatever your upfront amount is, whatever the monthly retainer is, and that's it. Now, in terms of follow-ups, in reality, a lot of prospects will not close on the first sales call. They'll probably reschedule. They'll go quiet. They'll say they need to think about it, and that is completely normal. Follow up until they give you a clear no or, a sign that this is not it for them. And the way that you want to do that is 4 follow-ups. And understand that 4 follow-ups is not desperate. It is professional persistence. Space them out, keep the tone warm, give them an easy out on the final one. A lot of people quit after follow-up 1 or 2, and the deal you would have closed would have been on the follow-up 4. Now, last thing, and this is the thing most beginners completely miss, your first client is not, 1K a month client. So let's say, for example, you landed a client for 1K a month. Month 1 is obviously going to be your entry point service. You've got one problem solved. Now by month 3, they trust you. You've identified the next problem naturally through the work you're already doing. You know, you produce them results. So you're going to introduce the next service. So that can then become £1,500 a month. Now by month 5, you know their business very well now. So you can add another service so that can become 2K a month. And then by month 7, you've got ads, you've got a full funnel running, AI agents, whatever it is, and you're earning around 3.5K a month. Then by month 9, you've got AI systems, everything integrated. So 5K a month or more. You know, you never pitched a menu. You just kept diagnosing and prescribing as the relationship grew with your client. So each service deepened the relationship and raised the exit cost for them. So that first 1K client treated right is worth 30 to 40K over 12 months. You want to make sure you treat every client like they're already at a full retainer and deliver accordingly. The upsell is not a pitch, it is a natural next step when you have done the work and you've built the trust. Now, 7 hours a week, right niche, right entry service, you pick up the phone, you handle the objections calmly, you diagnose on the discovery call, stay present between the calls, and then close. Follow up as many times as it takes to however many people you contacted, how many discoveries you got booked in, how many sales calls you got booked in. Follow-ups are very, very important. And remember, the first client compounds. So one client handled very well becomes your best monthly income over time. And you keep repeating the process. You have 2 clients, 3 clients, 4 clients, 5 clients, and you just keep growing. Now, if you're looking for more guidance on this, I do run a one-to-one mentorship where I will literally hold your hand and walk you through this step by step. The link is in the description if you want to fill out an application. Other than that, thanks for watching.